Hello mabuhay, ako si Lexus.
At ako naman si Edward. Welcome to Newly Single Titos Podcast.
Yay! Hello mabuhay, ako si Lexus, 27 years old, 5'9" sa aking height, morenong may sungki with kinky hair, tiga Muntinlupa, Philippines. Likes biking, pottery, and memorizing. 3 words that best describe me are tall, dark, enthusiastic, tsaka spicy. Edward?
I'm Edward, 26 years old, 168 centimeters high, literal na moreno, nakatira sa Melbourne, Australia. I'm in shape, oval shape, likes cars, tennis, and bird photography. If you look for someone with pleasing personality, swipe right.
Swipe right!
Hey guys, hello mabuhay, episode 2.
Hello mabuhay.
Kung saan pag-uusapan natin ng starting over again, or how do you start over again? You know, paano kumilala at paano magpakilala.
But before we continue with tonight's episode, sobrang na-enjoy namin. Grabe yung first episode namin. Maraming nag-send ng mga
Thank
comments.
you very much, everyone.
Comments katulad na...
Katulad ni Antonio Batan, sabi niya, healing lang ang hiling. Ouch! Thank you very much.
Thanks, Antonio.
Antonio
Happy birthday.
Batan. Happy birthday.
Antonio, happy birthday. Meron din lang galing kay Bugsy and Verga saying na it will get better day by day. Keep moving forward lang. Yan, kailangan namin yung mga tito yan.
Thanks, Bugsy. Laban lang tayo.
Diba?
Lalaban lang.
Laban lang tayo,
Happy
Bugsy.
birthday. Sabi naman ni Erica Kaiton, grabe yung pagkukwento. Mapipicturize mo talaga yung mga scenes.
Picturize? Paano picturize?
Ewan ko dyan, sabi yung picturize. Di ba visualize yun?
Hindi ba visualize dapat?
Basta, happy birthday, Erica Kaiton!
Happy birthday, Erica! may nagbigay din ng mahaba at very heartfelt message sa akin after niya mapanood yung stream. Saying na she got cheated on too from a 6-year relationship. Pretty damn long. She also shared her insights na bago gumanda, papangit talaga. But she's living proof na, you know, we just have to trust the process and it does get better. And it does get better. So yeah, Ashley, thank you. It was a very nice message. Happy birthday.
Thanks, Ashley.
Sa'yo.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday.
And we also have a listener din from Portland, Oregon. Lex.
Portland, Oregon,
America yun ah.
Malayo
Hindi,
yun ah.
Actually, doon lang nadaanan ko kahapon yun. Sabi niya, nakinig siya sa ating first episode sa Spotify version on her, during her long drive. Spotify version. So yeah, nice. Guys, we are on Spotify too. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure that you check it out habang nagda-drive kayo, naglilinis kayo, or meron kang ginagawa.
Or ayaw nyo lang kami makita, pwede rin.
Yun lang. Thank you very much, May from Portland, Oregon. Happy birthday sa'yo.
Happy birthday. And also, apparently I have this relative na hindi kami super close, but she was a fan of myself and my ex relationship namin.
Yun lang.
We were, haba din kami. Pero nagulat din siya na, our relationship ended, but the podcast was nice daw. So, thanks, Lena.
Thanks
Happy
Lena.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Yep.
Wow. Overwhelming yung reception ng ating
grabe.
mga
First episode was so
friends.
nice. Talking to people about it was so nice. People were so nice.
Yung reception talaga very overwhelming from our friends, from our non-friends na talagang nakita lang din nila yung podcast, which is, really nice. Well done.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Well done. Well done us, man.
Anyway, let's pick up from where we left off last episode. In our first episode, if you guys haven't seen it, it's on our Facebook and also YouTube channel. You can watch it there on Newly Single Titos Podcast. Also, you can, again, listen to us on Spotify. Where last episode, we shared how we coped up with our breakups. And, basically how we handled the breakup itself. And now, we left a hanging question last episode. How do you start over again? And are we really ready to go back out there? Or, or if you want to focus on yourself first before you actually go?
Actually, medyo weird din eh. Right after the breakup, people kept telling me na, spend time for yourself. You love yourself. Do things you haven't done before. Pero, parang, I know there's a lot to work. around me. I mean, marami akong improvements na gusto pang gawin. Pero parang, there's this huge amount of, I mean, dun sa relationship, I didn't fall out of love. It's just that some very big thing happened that ruined us, right? Pero, so now, bigla akong single and then there's this huge amount of love na hindi ko alam kung kanino ko ibubuhos and medyo I don't know, medyo gusto ko siyang ibuhos to someone already. Siyempre, to the right person at the right time. And right now, I really think it's not the right time. Pero, I don't know. I know that we're talking about things about, starting over again and how do you meet new people. Maybe we're not there. Maybe some people aren't as well. Maybe you're not there, Ed. Pero, I don't know, alam mo yun? I know that we'll have to face this eventually.
Eventually, we'll face this, and I think where I'm coming from then, kasi, well, yes, I had that time to, focus on myself. It's been 5 months for me, and, I think that's the difference between the two of us, no? Ikaw, it's only been a month, and mine has been 5 months nga, atulad sinabi ko. And, I had more time to, to reflect about myself and get to know myself better. And I think where I am, or what I'm thinking now, is yung, it's 26 years old na ako. It may be still young for some, di ba?
Yeah,
pero
definitely.
It's, if you think about it, quarter life already, So, parang, nasaan na ako, no? If I do have plans na dati, I have plans to have the family by this age, by 30, 31. Where does that put me in that equation? Diba na,
Yeah.
26 and I'm here, back from zero, basically.
Yeah. And actually, parang, I think that's a difference nga din of you being single for 5 months and ako parang a month and a few pa lang. Parang people tell me na after 10 years of a relationship, sabi, think about yourself, love yourself. But hindi ko alam paano gawin yun. Because, again, it's 10 years, it's been her. And now, it's just me. I don't know how to love myself. And I don't know how to focus on myself. Kaya nga parang, like I said kanina, parang may longing ako to have company, but I know na let's do it properly, do it at the right time, let's do it when
have to be with the right person as
ready.
well.
Pero I know that at some point, yun nga, especially na nabanggit mo na meron this quarter life crisis na by this time, we had plans din naman. We had plans of around this time we will be stable with our career para pag may relasyon ka na, may kakabahay kayo and all that. But now that they're single, that all nawala yun lahat. So now we know na at least, at some point we have to meet new people. But again, how do you meet new people, right? Yun ang mahirap.
Yeah, true. Yun yung I think the like pader sa harap ko talaga.
Oo.
Especially for someone like me, I'm somewhat introvert din, Baka kayo sabihin nyo na hindi, ano mo nga, outgoing mo nga. Yes, I am, pero some way, I'm an introvert when it comes to actually, knowing someone or
people,
just
yeah.
going up, knowing people basically. And pero there are other methods. Actually, not a lot. Pero what we're gonna be talking about tonight is some methods of meeting new people. I think from what I think, just looking at what we have now, obviously we have friends. I think that's the first method. We have friends, and Lex, have you ever thought about, or have you been in the position na you have a friend, but you develop feelings for your friend?
Yeah, meron, but then again, that was back in high school before this other relationship.
10-year relationship,
and, that's the honest answer now. We were friends first, and then naging more than friends. But that was high school. We were not smart, parang ang pakiramdam nun is, okay, crush kita, crush mo ko, edi tayo na. Parang ganun eh. But right now, there's a lot more stuff to think about. Like, are you compatible with someone? Pareho ba kayo ng goals in life? Pareho ba kayo ng direction? Do I have peace of mind with this person? It's not enough na parang crush nyo lang yung isa't isa. I mean, tito na kami. Kailangan na nating isipin yan. So, from friend to more than friends, yeah, I got friends, pero I don't know. I have really wonderful friends na mga babae, pero never really explored to have them become more than friends. I don't know. I'm not closing my doors to that, pero it's just something na I haven't walked through that door yet. Kumbaga.
I think,
Pero, yeah.
yung common na situation or scenario na magsa-stop for friends to become more than friends is I think the closeness of each of you guys from each other, na parang I keep hearing this from people, especially nung high school ako kasi syempre you're confined in one space high school, di ba? Magkakaklase kayo, so kayo sila lang din nakikita mo, and eventually you become friends, but then start to have feelings for them and all that. And the common na sinasabi na parang hindi dapat nating gawin to because of baka masayang yung friendship natin.
Yeah.
Diba? Baka masayang yung friendship natin, maging tayo, and then maghihiwalay na rin ng pala tayo. In the end, parang diba, sayang yung friendship. Ayun. Diba, parang sayang yung friendship. Pero kasi ako, for myself, I mean, at least for my experience then before, in high school, I have a friend na I eventually had feelings then for her, and then lucky enough had the same feelings for me, so we got together, naging kami for 3 years, I think. And
that's pretty long.
It was long. So from second year high school until we graduated, basically. And I think what it is more of, rather than a romantic intimate relationship, I think it's more of like just getting to know you more, getting that friend to know you more, and eventually making new memories na only the two of you will know, diba? Na parang from friends, instead of friends to more than friends, you became friends to close friends. But yes, we are labeled as boyfriend and girlfriend, we are exclusively dating and all that, but after that relationship, naghiwalay kami, we're still friends. Until now, we're friends, but we hardly talk anymore. That's the sad bit. But, yeah.
At least, hindi nawala yung fear. Yung kinakatakutan na, wag tayo maging tayo kasi sayang yung friendship.
Sayang yung friendship.
Nasa tao nasa maturity nila na how they deal with the breakup. I mean, itong kunento mo nga last episode na, you had a pretty nice breakup with this girl that you had. Hanggang ngayon, you guys are you guys are cool with each other, kumbaga. So, there's that. I mean, kahit gaano na kayo ka-invested into each other, let's not fear the breakup, kumbaga. I mean, I think there's also no use in going into a relationship fearing the breakup. So parang ba't mo pa pinasok yung relationship?
Kung ina-expect mo magbe-break kayo. Yeah.
But then again, also another thing na would make this a lot easier is the reto method. I think that's the easiest. Kasi meron na siyang
I agree.
Meron nang magi-intro sa'yo, kunyari, uy, ito si Boy Lalu, ito si Girly. Ito, pakilala ko kayo, tapos kayo na bahala, happy kayo. Parang ganun So, pero it breaks the ice a lot easier. And let's be honest, breaking the ice is the hardest thing. At least ito, it's so hard to come up with someone, to come up to someone, and just, hi, ako po si Lexus.
27
Morenong may sungke.
Pinky hair.
So, mahirap siya So, kaya yung reto method, I think that's the easiest one. But also, again, let me ask you, Ed. Pag reto ba, may expectation ba na yung dalawang taong nireto to each other are magiging more than friends ba sila dapat? Is there an expectation like that?
I think nasa tao talaga. Like, I think marami namang bagay 'di ba? If kung yung tao titingnan yung isang bagay or isang term in a different perspective, kumbaga. We can say na reto is more of a, parang may expectations of, yes, I agree with you na parang pag sinabing, uy, reto kita kay ganito, may expectation of something romantic or romantic connection with that reto.
Yeah.
Also, it could also mean, for some people na, uy, reto kita, but kay girly, pero it just means na, hey, pakilala na kita dito, and then if something, come out from it,
And
then,
meron.
nice. So, then meron, pero not the actual purpose of that reto, kumbaga. Parang, ito,
Okay,
pinapakilala lang kita. Pero meron ding isang linya, kumbaga, isang branch na parang, ito, magugustuhan mo to, magiging kayo. Ito yung, di ba,
That's
kilalanin
nice.
mo to. Parang ganun.
But then again, isn't that depending on dun sa dalawang tao? I mean, let's say,
really,
things align or whatever, pero what if they just don't feel the spark or whatever? Then, ano yun? Pakilala lang ba yun? O reto ba yun? Or whatever? Does that fall in the reto side of the wall or the pakilala side of the wall?
I think let's clear our terms para na magkaintindihan tayo. So we have a
we should.
the reto were reto lord. Sorry, not reto lord.
Reto Lord.
Ito si Reto Lord, pinagkilala niya itong mga retoists natin.
Si Adam and Eve, yan.
Si Adam and Eve, ayan. Si Reto Lord, gusto lang talaga niya, meron kasi ito yung possible scenario na nakita ko. At least siguro for me then, I did experience a reto at some point.
Really?
Not recently, but I did experience it this one. Pero, nagsa. Ito si Reto Lord, pinagkilala niya lang si Adam and Eve, di ba?
Okay.
Now, it's really up to Adam and Eve to see kung meron talagang something magsaspark sa kanilang dalawa.
Okay.
If there is, then Reto Lord is happy kasi successful yung reto niya. Di ba? But pero I don't think you should put a pressure on those two people na nireto.
Two people. Yeah.
Kasi it just takes the fun out of it, I think, as well. Na parang
Yeah, I bet.
na parang okay, I have to force a connection or a spark between us. So I have to be the best version of myself para magustuhan niya ako eh.
I don't think that's genuine if ganun yung mindset. It's hard to be genuine like that. But
pero
also, yeah, it's sometimes just nice to know people. I mean, I'm in that position in life now na I'm not looking for anything more than friends. Pero kunwari, if ever may pakilala sa akin and then we talk about life and music and what and all things we enjoy, that's really really nice. I really appreciate that. It doesn't have, and I'm not closing any doors to maybe maging romantic or whatever, or maybe just really good friends, or maybe we just really disconnect completely. It's just after a breakup like that, it's nice to feel these things. At least I don't really know the exact meaning of reto, anong direction niya, ano yung terms and conditions nun. But whatever this is, it's nice. Kumbaga. And it's you're not harming anyone. So I think that's something we'll be going through a lot.
Knowing for sure. And knowing our friends, ang dami nating friends na Reto Lord.
Yeah.
Shout out sa inyong lahat dyan. Happy birthday sa inyo.
Happy birthday sa iyo.
Anyway, if a reto did not work, ito malungkot si Reto Lord kasi si Adam and Eve hindi nagkatuluyan. Si Adam gusto pala si Rachel.
Apple.
Sino si Rachel?
I don't know,
Anyway,
man. Just keep going.
Basta yun. Sabi niya, Sabi ni Reto Lord, ay hindi sila naging together. Di ba? Parang hindi nag-work.
Yeah.
Ngayon, si Adam, wala nang friends na nagreto sa kanya eh. Binuksan niya yung cellphone niya.
Apple phone niya. Apple phone.
Oo, Apple phone. And then naghanap siya ng app sa cellphone niya. Now, this is now what I'm trying to say is another way of, on a digital age that we are in now. Another way of reto. I would say reto din, is an app actually doing the reto for you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
breaking
dating
the ice
apps.
for you. Yeah, dating apps. They're scary. They're scary.
They are actually. Kasi para siyang, alam mo, it's, kumbaga parang sa dating apps, parang, kung titignan mo parang kung nandun ka sa app, it's just the facade. It's just the facade of your personality na nakikita nila, no? Especially, your physical attributes, di ba? Hindi naman nila nakikita dun yung kung gaano ka kakulit. Well, yeah, pwede. Depends on how you build your profile.
Ano tunog ng tawa mo?
Oo.
Diba? Baka
But you haven't been
yan.
You haven't been into one, Lex, have you? Like, wala kang dating apps sa phone?
No, I don't have dating apps. No, I'm not there yet, I think. But
did you even think about getting one?
Of course, I've thought about getting one, pero it's scary just putting yourself out there and in a way, parang, ano ba ako? Am I a product in this market? May ganun na feeling eh. And then also, if you look at other people's product in this market, how legit is that? Diba? Parang baka masyado ba siyang best version of themselves na hindi na makatotoo? Or maybe it's just not honest. It's possible na ganun. So, I'm curious then if around the stories of other people na kung, I know some people get good stories from this. I know some na hindi. I mean, let's be honest, not everyone's gonna connect. Pero I've heard a lot of, really good stories from other people that I know. So, pumunta tayo ngayon sa aming segment na Dear Tito. It's one of my favorites now. So, meron kaming bagong storya ngayon mula sa isang kaibigan ko na ipapangalan nating Tito Jones. Dear Tito. 2 years din akong single bago ko gumamit ng dating apps. Noona, ginagamit ko lang siya when I'm bored.
Oh.
Lalo na't hindi naman talaga ako ready for a relationship. Kumbaga, naghahanap lang ako ng short-term thing before getting into a serious relationship. Tsaka hindi ko din naman alam kung may makuha kong something good out of this. Mga 1 taon din gano'n na pinaglalaroan ko lang yung app. Until may nakita akong isang girl. Na-notice ko na hindi siya yung softy na girl. May angas siya, hindi siya yung bubbly lang. She was a fighter, matibay and independent. Luckily, we matched sa Bumble. Bumble. And eventually had the opportunity to chat with her, and then from there, nagka-developan kami. Hindi naman kami nagsimula na sweet agad. It took weeks until we noticed na naging constant na kami magkausap. Also, it took a while before I felt like I could be myself around her talaga, without judgment. Eventually, we met up. Medyo out of the blue, nagkaroon kami ng tugma within our schedule and decided to meet. Kinabahan ako. Nagkaroon ng feeling na no backing up now, but also excited ako syempre. So we met. She was super shy, so I had to be the one to really make it interesting for the both of us, which I wasn't used to doing before. All I could tell na hindi siya sanay sa ganitong situation as well. So I had to make it seem like she could be herself around me. And I did that by being myself around her. Oh, that's super nice. Pinakita ko yung kulit ko and weirdness. And from there, we had fun. We loosened up and now we're happy. Ngayon, 3 years na kami.
Wow.
It takes some maturity to make it last, of course, kasi without it and without patience, it won't last. Ayun. Salamat mga tito, nagmamahal, Tito Jones. So, it's possible, Ed, no? It's possible to have a story. And also, it's just, yung sinabi niya na 3 years, that's a long time, man.
And that 3 years came from just
an
the app,
in your phone.
And you guys are total strangers. Hindi nyo kilala sa isa. You don't have common people to bridge that connection between the two of you.
And na mag-describe, mag-introhan nyo yung isa't isa or whatever. For you, it's an app in your phone, and it can make relationships are one of the best things in the world. And an app in your phone can do that. Well, syempre, it's an app isn't the whole thing, syempre. A relationship is you and the person, for sure. Pero to find it and to find that spark to make a good relationship, dating apps are something, man. And I'm glad, Tito Jones, I'm glad that you got the good story from that.
3 years.
So thank you, Tito Jones. Yeah, 3 years. And actually, friend ko to, and nakikita ko yung mga IG story nila. They look really happy. So they look really fun together, actually.
So those who are watching or listening to us, these stories are real stories. Hindi namin gawa to. They might have funny names, Tito Jones.
Our friends.
We're just hiding their real names kasi I know kailangan. Pero these are real stories. So if you guys have stories as well na gusto nyo i-share sa aming podcast, you can email them to us at newlysingletitots@gmail.com, or you can just simply shoot us a message through the Facebook chat din on our page.
Yep.
That's really nice to hear that story from Tito Jones. 3 years na sila, and sana magtagal pa sila. Diba?
Of course.
I'm curious naman, Lex.
Something really nice though.
Something curious me, daw? Nagwa-wonder ako kung for sure meron ding hindi nag-work yung app for them.
Oh my gosh.
Diba? Yeah. For sure meron din. Kaya naman, itong susunod na liham ay nagmula sa isang taong itatago natin sa pangalan na Tito Eugene. Dear Tito, I happened to match with someone on Bumble. But it was hard considering the pandemic because she was in Bicol with her parents. She was a lot younger than I am. At one point, in one of our late night conversations, she suddenly opened the phrase, "What are we?"
What are we?
As if I was ready for a committed relationship. I was straight to the point and said, "I can't commit right now. I just want to date." It got awkward for her, but not really for me because my intentions were clear that I'm looking for just a casual connection fling. Or maybe even some sexy time if she's also into that. Moving forward, just when GCQ hit the streets, people start going out more as if it were all back to normal. She had already she had the opportunity to drive all the way from Bicol and back to the south of Manila, where I am from. She asked me to meet up. Actually, sobra, no? She asked me to meet up with her, and so I went. But it was underwhelming. She did not have the traits I was looking for, and I won't get to the specifics because I might get cancelled. I mean, everyone gets cancelled nowadays. Anyway, I'll just leave it to your imagination. Picturize yun na lang, guys.
Picturize, yes.
Picturize natin. One night, we tried jogging in our village. Then after that, we went to her car, and she asked me if I would like to go to her place to see her new house.
Jogging and chill. Jogging and chill.
Jogging and chill is a new thing. So, I went to her place with just the two of us alone inside her room. Yan na. Awkward silences here and there, a cup of tea on the side, lying down next to each other, then BAM! We hit it off for the first time, and it was meh. It was quite an awkward ride back home, and I stopped messaging her. A couple of more weeks went by. She suddenly messaged me if I wanted to hit it off for the second time. I thought about it thoroughly as if it was a crucial business decision. Grabe ah. Maybe after a week or two, I decided to do it again. Guess what? It was bad. Noong pinasok ko ulit ang kwarto niya, it was just as bad as the last time. In the middle of our reproductive activity with protection, always use protection, lumambot ang aking pakiramdam at nawalan ako ng gana from her aura as well. I was already done from this moment. I found out that she lacked self-awareness, and that is a big red flag for me. The lesson that I learned is you can't have a solid relationship if both of you haven't figured shit out on your own. I'd rather work out my emotions more and eliminate my own red flags than correct people from the internet or even force someone to be in committed relationship. Real happiness comes from you and not from someone else. To avoid these things while using dating apps, don't do what I did. May advice siya. I actually said yes for the second time, even if I knew what was about to happen. For the guys who find it hard to find a decent lady and are bothered by women who ghost you, dami dyan. Don't worry. There are plenty more waiting for you. Just keep swiping right.
Swiping
P.S. Swiping right. P.S. If you talk the talk, you should walk the walk. Wag puro forma at magpakatotoo dahil pagdating ng panahon na kailangan nyo na maging kaalaman na maging totoo sa isa't isa sa inyo magmumukhang tanga. Be pure and straight with your intentions, so if the shit hits the fan, you're clean and it's not on you. It will be easier to move on and more chances to meet another cuter, sweeter, gentler, and lovelier honey or man with lesser red flags. Mabuhay and more power to dating and Newly Single Titos Podcast. Nagmamahal, Eugene.
Tito Eugene. Well, wala kaming budget.
Tito Eugene, thank you very much for that story. Thank you for sharing.
It may not ended well, pero it's a very interesting story and kind of just shows that people are different, no?
And
sometimes ganun eh.
Surely after that, interaction with that girl, he learned a lot of things about a lot of stuff about
something. Let me find it. Na parang yung real happiness comes from you and not from someone else. I think that's such a confidence booster and something to prioritize. Then you should be happy in this thing.
And not just that,
into.
I think it was an opportunity for him to get to himself better, He found out what are his dislikes and likes about the person. And turns out this girl, was more on the dislike side than on the like side, which is sad. Pero I think
it could happen nga talaga. Kahit sabihin mong nag-swipe right kayo pareho sa whatever app you guys are doing. Whatever app you're doing. It happens. It happens na you may like them or you may have swiped right, but that doesn't mean na you guys are gonna hit it off really nicely.
I think the main takeaway from this story was just be yourself. Diba?
Yeah, just make your intentions clear.
Yes, exactly. Girlie should have been, just herself, and yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na parang, you might be just giving your best foot forward, and by the time na kailangan ninyo magkaalaman na ng totoo, and you just couldn't give the best. So but Lex, I kind of want to end this segment on a good note.
Yeah, me too. I have another story from a very good friend of mine. Meron siyang isang liham na itatago muna natin siya sa pangalang Tito Seb. Dear Tito, I've been in a relationship for 6 years before being single.
Uy.
Yung mga sumunod na naging fling ko ay hindi naman talaga naging kami. Then nag-pause ako maghanap ng right girl for me last year, noong 2020. Sa kadahilanan, na inisip ko naman muna yung sarili ko. Gawin yung mga gusto ko, may mga pangarap din ako sa buhay. Then bigla ko din naisip na para ang lungkot din mag-isa minsan. Which is true, actually. Tapos syempre, pandemic, wala kang mga kasalubong, mga kabanggaan, tapos mahulog yung gamit niya, tapos tutulungan mong pumulot ng mga nahulog niyang gamit. Kasi hindi naman yun pwede ngayon kasi syempre pandemic, social distancing. Kung mangyari yan, sanitize mo pa yung gamit niya.
Pangat nun, di ba? Masira lang yung moment.
Kaya eventually, naisipan ko na, ba't hindi ako mag-dating app? Sabi ni Tito Seb natin. Wala namang mawala kung kakausap ako ng ibang tao at sumubok ulit magmahal ng maayos habang nag-aayos din ako ng sarili ko. Gusto ko isa lang kausap, pero yung maraming pag-uusapan. That's so nice. Then, dinanood ko yung Bumble. Tapos, swipe left, swipe right. Minsan may hi, hello. Tapos, minsan, wala na agad after nun. Then, Edward. Doon sabi ko sa sarili ko, mahirapan ata ako maghanap ng makakausap. Kasi, na same yung sa mindset ko. Or yung makikiride sa trip ko sa buhay ngayon. Kaya tumigil na muna ako para mas matutukan ko na may sarili ko. Tito Seb, good on you for acknowledging that. Then, year 2021 comes, nag-Bumble ulit ako. Then, nakamatch ko si Girlie.
Ayun na.
Then, medyo interesting kasi nakikinig siya sa akin.
Wow, good listener.
Wow, good listener. Madami kami na pag-uusapan. Maayos yung naging conversations namin. Then, mga ilang araw, bigla naman ako dumating sa downtime ko. So, nagkaroon siya ng moment, si Tito Sebe natin. Parang nakulong na naman ako sa mundo ko. Nabaliwala ko siya. Hindi ko na na-message. Kahit sobrang okay naman yung mga napag-uusapan namin. Then, bigla siya nag-message ulit. Siya yung nag-initiate, si Girlie. Tapos parang, yung dating sa akin, naisip ko na naging interesado siya sa akin. Bihira yung ganon. Yung ibababa niya yung pride niya. Ikaw na yung hindi nag-reply, tapos biglang andyan siya ulit for you, makikinig at makikipag-usap sa'yo. Tapos yun, sobrang nag-click kami. Sa madaling salita, nag-meet kami sa gitna. Tapos sabi ko, okay ito ah. Eventually, nag-meet up kami dahil gusto niya makita yung aso ko.
Arf.
Shoutout sa'yo sa aso ni Seb.
Shoutout sa'yo, Arf.
Yun yung first kita namin. Masaya, naghabulang kami dito sa bahay kasama yung aso ko. Nagpakitaan kami ng sa Spotify.
Okay.
Sa Spotify.
Kala ko.
Nag-usap about life. Tinry namin mag-meditate ng sabay kasi yun yung mga trip kong gawin. Sinasabayan niya ako sa trip ko, kumbaga. Ang mature niya din kausap, kaya mas nag-enjoy ako. Kumbaga, compatible siya sa akin. And I think that's super important. Compatibility between two people.
Dapat.
And, eto, sabi ni Tito Seb, describe ko lang siya dito Si Girlie ay morena, chubby, may magandang ngiti na talaga namang kumuha ng attention ko. Tapos, yun yung sobrang simple niya lang na big-hearted na tao. Kaya, lalo ko siya nagustuhan.
Wow.
Tsaka lagi niyang tinitreasure yung mga little things. Tapos dumating yung flirting eventually, siguro after namin mag-meet kasi nakakapag-asaran na kami.
Yun na.
Mas nakilala namin yung isa't isa, kaya mas nakakabanat na ako ng mga punchline. Go, Tito Seb.
Go, Seb.
Tapos ayun, eto na kami ngayon. Hindi pa naman kami, pero nasa process na.
Yan.
Masaya ako kasi nakahanap ako ng katulad niya na palaging handang makinig sa'yo, umiintindi at tumulong sa mga gusto mong gawin sa buhay. Maraming salamat sa pa-feature niyo sa akin dito sa podcast niyo, Tito Edward and Tito Lexus. More power, love you. Nagmamahal, Tito Seb. Tito Seb, that was so nice. And kita mo no sa story niya na in love siya.
Yes, sobrang infatuated siya with this girl na sobrang na-appreciate niya yung characteristics ni ate girl. And eventually, they have the matching frequency na...
Yeah, like he said, compatibility, which is super duper important. Yeah. And kahit sinabi ni Seb na, he did a couple of tries here and there. It didn't work. Hi, hello. I think everyone's gonna go through that if they try it. Pero look at him now. I mean, he's so happy. And Tito Seb, I hope things go well. Sana maging kayo actually soon. I mean, kita naman na in love ka sa kanya. And pag naging kayo, edi shout out na lang. Shout out.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
So yeah, those are our stories from our friends, people who are, who sent their stories to us. And yeah, dating apps work, or if ever they don't work, they're pretty darn interesting kasi even if the bad ending one, there's you explored, you found out new things, you're gonna learn a lot of things there.
Pero like, call me old-fashioned pero ako, para sa akin, iba pa rin yung dating ng personal na meet-up, na parang, na personal kayo nagkakilala. It remind me of a story, like a personal story. This was a few months ago. Kumain kami sa isang restaurant. Mga friends ko. And then madaming Pilipino na nagtatrabaho sa restaurant na to. Weird. I don't know why. Being in Melbourne, Australia, talagang at least 80%. There's this girl who is behind the counter. Doon ako umorder ako, ganyan. And then, I overheard the guy behind her na sabi sa kanya, "Oh, ano nangyari sa pagsasalita mo? Wala ka namang brace, ah." And then she looked at me with a smile on her face, like, it was funny. She's like, "Wag ka nga magulo." And then me knowing I heard it and knowing myself, I made a joke from it. I started talking as if I have braces. Na parang, "Siya, fried chicken." Siya, fried chicken. Tapos, and then after she laughed, and then she did the same thing then, na parang, "Sure, yan lang po." Ganun, simula nun, ganun na yung usapan namin sa isa't isa. And then, basically, we had connection. So, from that first joke, until the end of the journey of our experience in that restaurant, na kumain kami, humingi ako ng takeaway bag, na pahingin naman ng bag. Ganon. Talagang,
so, may thing kayo, kumbaga.
So nagkaroon kami ng thing during that time. And
that's
then,
nice.
The sad part about it, Lex, is that I did not have the guts to ask her name, or maybe get her number, even just her name lang, di ba? We have Facebook and all that. I walked out of the restaurant, moved to the other store to have desserts and all that, and I just couldn't take her out of my head. It's just like, oh my god, parang naisip ko pa rin siya, like that interaction with her. And I just did not have the guts to ask her name. And that was, my story on that, personal interaction. Like meeting a stranger. And well, I didn't actually meet her, but diba, parang yun lang yung siguro learning for me. Diba? Na parang,
I guess
seize the opportunity. Opportunity only comes, not every time.
Not every time. And also, I think that what made it really hard for you as well is that, not like Reto method and not like the dating apps method. You don't have that to break the ice. You actually have to walk up to the person and ask the words, "Hey, can I know your name? Is there a way to contact you or to have this another connection? Maybe we can talk about other stuff some other time somewhere else." And ako din, parang hindi ko ma-imagine yung sarili ko saying that. So, yeah, I don't think right now, ikaw, Ed, are you you've been 5 months na single, right? Are you now looking for a fling or like a relationship na?
I think we need to, again, just like Reto, I think we need to establish or determine the meaning of fling. Is fling a bad thing?
I think.
Diba? Na parang, kasi may
there's that reputation no?
Meron siyang negative connotation na parang fling lang yan. It doesn't lead to anything serious.
Yeah. Pero isn't a fling kind of like two people doing more than friends things? Pero they're not really going for a relationship, like to the future and imagine a house and kids and a family and marriage kind of thing. So, ano ang habol ng tao doon? Ano ang habol ng tao when it comes
siguro
to
siguro the right question is, when does fling becomes bad? I think that's I think that's the right application for that topic, I think for me, in my opinion, na parang fling is okay, pero there comes a time na if you cross this line of, you guys are already on the same feeling, same, basically mutual understanding, mutual feelings na with each other, and then You know, na talagang you guys were exclusive and, you know, exclusively dating, and you guys had, you know, just like you said, doing romantic things with each other. But you still kept getting flings from other people, then that's, I think, crossing the line, and that's when fling becomes bad.
Because, you
know,
know,
rather,
let's admit that parang as people, let's not put a word on it or any label on it or whatever, but as people with emotions, it's gonna hurt, man. I mean, may feelings na kayo eh. Kahit sabihin nyo walang label, kahit sabihin nyo there's nothing tying you both together. Parang invested ka na sa isang tao, and then that person, I mean, I would know this the best, being cheated on. Pero, ano yun, parang invested ka na sa isang tao, then that person na akala mong kayo lang, biglang may iba, that's gonna suck. That's it doesn't have to be like you guys in a relationship with labels or whatever, pero as people na with emotions, if you're gonna hurt someone, I think that's the line that you mentioned that you cross. And then that's not okay. Pero besides the bad part of flings, I think people just long company, because let's admit it, relationships, they feel really nice.
Yeah.
And you know,
pero
maybe may mga tao na yun lang yung habol, but I hope both parties know na okay, fling lang to. It's the terms and conditions na sana, you know, they know it na ganun lang. And you know, if they're not hurting each other and they're not hurting anybody else, then I guess they're being responsible.
Oh, I hope they're like both parties are being responsible, you know? And you have to make sure para sa sarili mo na ready ka na to go back out there. Ika nga na go back to the market, di ba? Na parang you know, you have to be ready to meet new people and actually create those or make those new meaningful relationships with another person. Kasi kung hindi ka ready, you might just end up hurting someone, and we don't want to do that. We both know what it feels like, diba? Being hurt and all. You don't want to do that. Kasi pagka nasaktan lang yan, kung ano na naman pakikinggan yan sa Spotify, diba? Pero kung buti sana
maliban sa Newly Single Titos.
Maliban na lang Newly Single Titos, pinapakinggan yan, diba? Pero kasi pag nasaktan ka, makikinig ka ng mga music na nakakayak eh. Like, ikaw ba? Nakikinig ka ba ng mga, nung naghiwalay kayo a month ago? Did you listen to like sad music?
A lot, man. I mean,
sad songs.
I'll have to admit this. That was a really sad part of life. Honestly, one of the worst. And I just had to like drown myself with music as well. And I don't sing, but damn, I did sing. And even posted it as I posted it sa Facebook ko, parang
it was good singing,
just
man.
to tell the world na parang okay, this is what I'm feeling. I need to I need to get this out. And I sang Alam Ko by John Roa. Because even the music video of that, the guy got cheated. Akala niya that siya and the girl had a good thing. And then it's just the line na alam kong hindi ako. That was what my emotions were yelling.
Ang sakit
it was
nun.
In that song.
Hindi ako.
Nakakala ko. I've talked about this in the first episode, man.
Okay na, panoorin nyo the first episode kung ano naramdaman niya.
It sucks. Pero ikaw, Ed, I know you had a bad moment then after the
naman.
breakup,
Shortly after the breakup, you know, the next day I went for a long drive in the middle of the night. And I was listening to also John Roa, Ox lang. Kasi talagang yung song na it hit me kasi, you know, coming from a breakup na wala kang magawa. na uncontrollable breakup. If you haven't seen it, again, if you haven't heard the story, go watch our first episode and it's there. Yun yan, na parang naghiwalay kayo ng hindi mo kontrolado yung mga sitwasyon bakit kayo naghiwalay.
Between the two of you.
There's nothing wrong with between the two of us as person, like individual persons, so parang, you know, the song was like, okay lang ako. No ka ba?
Uy, ano ka ba?
Parang bago eh. Okay lang ako.
Drive ka lang.
Drive lang ako. Dahil nga na parang talagang sobrang feels nung kanta.
Wow.
So,
That, both tayo, no, kay John Roa. And that's
actually.
something. He's something. Well, anyway, so, no episode 1, we talked about our relationships, right? We talked about how nice it was and how it ended, and now how we felt and the healing that we needed to go through. And now in this episode, we talked about moving on. Maybe we're not there. Eventually, I know we'll have to be in the scene, having you talking to friends, papareto, dating apps, or just, maybe just really going out there and meeting people. Pero I'm curious about, may story ang ganito eh. What if yung taong nagkaroon na ng reasons for the breakup? Ay, sabihin na natin nagkalamat na yung relasyon. Pero they just worked it out, really. Na parang maybe may sira na or anything, but they really just stayed together. They fixed it and they seem happier. So, what is that? I really want to know about that.
Well, Lex, we'll have more time on the next episode talking about, moving, continuing a relationship kahit may lamat na. And we will be joined by our first ever special guest. He is a very flexible person.
Flexible? Like gymnastics, gano'n?
Pwede rin. Nakita ko siya tumambling one time. Galing eh. He's a very flexible person. When I say flexible, he's a jack of all trades, kumbaga.
Yep, and he's a singer, songwriter.
He's a dance supreme, alert, awake, alive, enthusiastic.
Ang kaibigan namin hindi fuckboy na si John Roa.
J. Roa.
All that on our next episode of Newly Single Titos Podcast.
And you can listen to our podcast on Spotify and Lex very soon. Hopefully this week, we will be also available on Google Podcasts. There you go. So you can yes, and you can join our discussions through Twitter using the hashtag Newly Single Titos Podcast.
And you can watch the episodes on Facebook and in our YouTube channel, Newly Single Titos Podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on our latest episodes. And that has been your second episode. Oh my gosh, that was medyo malaki rin ang unload doon.
Actually, ang laki
curious
din nun.
mind.
Very
parang,
curious.
Shucks, ito tatahakin natin next sa ating mga buhay. Again, this is Lexus.
And this is Edward. Have a great night,
day, guys.
Paalam.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Paalam. Good night.
Brush ka ng tita.
Maglilinis ng kamay bago kumain.
Kain ka maraming gulay.
Lagi magsisintas bago umalis ng bahay.
Gupit kang kuko masyado na mahaba.
Huwag kalimutan yung mga maintenance nyong gamot mga tita.